pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosing lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the streets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the fuck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side, if you know what I mean. I show you shit you never seen, the 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker, walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table, cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man that need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get chose.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Hello, everybody. It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. How you guys doing? Welcome. It's finally Friday. It's at least it's been cooling off a little bit up here, but I'm finally back home. I had to delay the stream for 2 hours because Winston he had finished his medication regimen about a week and a half ago, and I started to notice that he was having the same symptoms as he was having before. The vet already said that she never said that I was going to be on a refill, but I noticed that today I went ahead and called and set up an appointment for next week. But when I noticed, what his condition was, I basically took a short video of his breathing and then sent it to the vet, and then from there, the vet called me, said, yeah, you should probably get him back on the medication tonight. So gonna listen to the doctor, went it over, picked up the medication, came back, gave him his dose, and here I am. So in between that and the week, so the week in terms of work hasn't really been that stressful. I think it's like the current state of affairs that is like kind of stressing me out. So I'm trying to like relax and chill and take a breather and not engage in the politics. I really don't want to, even though part of me does, to my own detriment. I hate because it just stresses me out. Like I don't need that stress, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to force myself to ignore X or Twitter, whatever the hell it is now. Ignore the headlines and just breathe. Did Hitchbot, thank you for the $2. Did Y2K24 affect your vet or normal job? It didn't sound like it affected the vet, but it does also but more so I had like trouble saving in the cloud. But it wasn't that big of a hiccup though. So I mostly got away with all that mess, thankfully. I was able to put in some work today. Anyhow, so I have found a couple of videos. I thought I found the craziest DUI video, but then I think I saw a DUI video that's even worse. So I don't know which is going to be worse. This one that we're going to watch or the next one after that. But there is a lot of crazy involved. But hopefully this will be a very chill, very relaxing and whatnot. So yeah, let's go and put it up here. Oh, and it's not up there. There we go. So this one was just, oh my goodness. But also, please do not mind me. Do not mind me. I did pick up some dinner on my way home. I have barely eaten today, so I'm starving. So yeah, I apologize for my rudeness. This lettuce is just gonna cause a complete mess on my table. Gonna end up like Asmongold at this rate. There we go. Shouldn't have gotten the less. Wanted to pretend to have greens. All right.
Drove here, we watched you drive, so put your feet in.
I wasn't driving.
Put your feet in.
On November 17th, 2023, a patrolling officer was almost hit by a vehicle that continued to swerve in the lane and signaled a left turn but turned right. The officer immediately conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle.
Okay, could you roll down?
Thank you, Akira, for the $4.99.
No. Okay, so I saw you. The reason I stopped you is because you crossed the center line coming on normal. Is there a reason that you were crossing me on your phone or anything?
Yeah, I was trying to like put in the directions.
Oh, you're trying to put the directions in?
I was already kind of there. I was like kind of.
All right. Do you live here?
Actually, no.
No.
I do live around.
You live around here? Where do you live?
Hey, can you crack the window
Yeah.
so we can hear you?
It's a
Yeah.
crack.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a crack.
So
I get you. You understand what I'm saying. We can't
Good.
hear you.
We can't fully hear you. Just roll this one down just a little bit more for me.
Because my keys have been removed from my car.
What? Well, you can turn the keys back on to put power in and then lower the window, but I was not expecting a sovereign citizen tactic right from the get-go.
Okay. I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle then.
I'm not gonna step out.
Okay. I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle
Why?
because I can barely hear you and you're.
I'm not stepping out.
Okay.
Being given a lawful
Yeah.
order, step out of the
Step
vehicle.
out of the vehicle.
If you do not comply, you're going to be arrested for obstructing.
Okay. Have you had anything to drink tonight? Couple drinks. Have you had anything tonight to drink?
What was your reason for arresting me again?
You're not under
under
arrest.
arrest.
The reason
Well,
the reason I stopped you is because on normal you went and crossed the center line. And you almost ran into my car.
I am so sorry about that. I definitely was trying to like put in definitely.
Okay. That's the reason why. That's the reason I stopped you.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you have your license and insurance on you?
Actually, I do.
Okay.
But-
Want to grab your license?
So, you say, are you going to give me a ticket or what's going on? You say, what was the reason I almost ran into you?
So the reason that I stopped you is because you crossed the center line and almost ran
Right,
into
I
me.
think you guys just terrorized me the whole way.
No.
What?
I think you did.
So
No.
explain that to us.
So-
In what way?
Because literally, so I'm here at my friend's house, and then you guys literally, I saw you, and I literally was like, okay, what are they about to do? So I got scared.
Okay.
So I also was like calling up my friends and my family as well, like as I was parking and things. And then you got a backup car over there. Like, are you trying to take me down or what? I'm actually
So
like
Backup
a
is
little
pretty
scared.
standard procedure.
Yeah, for every traffic stop we have.
And I literally happened to be there writing a report.
I didn't do anything too wrong, or I don't know, because I didn't feel like I was about to hit you. Yes, I was making a turn, and you guys.
So, after all but confessing, she's now starting to walk back.
Tried to get me in this, what is this called, a gangway or something?
No. So before you made the turn is when I saw you cross the center line. So.
And so you, what?
Okay. Can I see your license for me, please?
Yeah, but I have other questions too. I actually go under this procedure a lot.
Okay.
And I don't like people coming
Wait, you do?
after me for no reason.
Okay.
The woman was not ready to comply, and she was the one asking questions from the cops.
So
I'm gonna-
let's make this real simple.
Very.
You are on a traffic stop because you crossed the middle line
So-
on normal road. No, let me explain. On normal road, you crossed the center line.
Because this is actually my
Stop.
state ID. It's not.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Crossed
over
it.
here like, it's literally my state
Would you like
ID.
an answer or do you want to interrupt?
But I do have my driver's license, but not on me. I'm actually trying
Listen,
Would you
to.
like an
listen to
answer or
what
do you
he's
wanna
listen to
interrupt?
what he's saying.
Oh, sorry about that.
You crossed the center line, almost hit the squad car. We turned around, followed you, pulled you over here.
You did not pull me over. I parked.
We saw the violation in
pulled
the
up.
road. So
Sure.
You did not pull me over. I parked. So you wanted to get ahead of them.
You're on a traffic stop. We initiated a traffic stop here.
Can I have my ticket?
No, first off, no one ever said that you were getting it.
Because why are we discussing this right now?
Well, you're not even giving us your license. You were.
I don't
you weren't
have
even...
my license with me.
Okay.
The state ID.
This is literally that, and
Then
I don't
we need
want
the state ID.
to. I don't want
Give me the state ID.
Are you gonna take it from me, or are you gonna give me a ticket and take me to court? Because I'd rather that.
Would you like a ticket? We need the ID to issue the ticket. Would you like to
Yeah,
leave? We need
because
to get
I don't
that.
like everybody. Well, except him, and you're not, but you are. But
Fine.
still,
I will step back.
no, it's
What was that? That was not a sentence.
I actually saw the whole thing, and I tried to
You?
check myself about it. I was definitely trying to put in, directions. I'm not gonna lie about that part, but
Okay.
it's still like,
But you see what could have happened with you
No,
crossing the center line?
because-
No. Okay.
in a sense, I saw y'all. So sorry. Did I hit
Okay.
you?
No.
No. Was I so
for this,
close? No, I was not
For this
that
to move
close.
forward, we're gonna need your state ID and we're gonna need
What
a proof of
happens if
insurance.
it don't move forward? Because it's gonna move forward.
Okay.
All right.
If you continue to refuse, you'll
I'm
be under
not
arrest for
refusing.
obstructing.
What am I refusing? You guys.
You are actually refusing. Is it? Somebody already said it in chat, but she's like, this is S tier gaslighting.
Told me to get out of the vehicle, and this is my license. It's just chilly out there. This
We're
is
on a
actually not my
traffic stop,
license,
and
by
you
the
have
way.
to provide your identification.
No, I don't have
Yes,
to.
You do.
You do.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh well, I'm not. So what does that mean?
Okay, then
So
you're under arrest for obstructing.
you will be under arrest for obstructing.
And what's that?
You are obstructing our attempt and duty to, I guess, put in better words.
We have to identify you. We have to, at the very least, we have to document that we pulled you.
But how can I say that you guys harassed me this entire time?
We're not harassing you. We
You
simply.
are. I'm parked.
So, if you want to file a report of us harassing you, we have to document who you are, right? What are we going to write?
My
Lady-
fingerprints. My
We don't even
fingerprints.
have
Arrest
you.
you, bring you in for fingerprints?
But what do I do when I say no to my fingerprints as well?
That's obstructing then. How do
That's
you
like
want us to do that?
because I didn't do anything wrong. I made a right turn,
Okay.
and you guys followed me into this parking lot, which
So,
I'm
again,
here.
Again, you are on a traffic stop. You have to provide
What was
your
the stop
license.
again?
You crossed the center line.
She wasn't willing to give
Oh
them
my
a ride.
God.
Was prolonging the investigation.
So we didn't initiate.
So now you are all hostile, especially you.
I saw the violation occur on normal road. That's when I saw you cross the center line. We didn't.
And also, sorry for bringing you guys out here and also talking in this tone as well.
Okay, if you-
but still, like you guys just work me up and just
This could
literally
be.
just
This could
get
be.
all
This
that.
could be this simple. You hand us the ID.
No.
Okay, then you'll be under arrest for obstructing.
Why am I
'Cause
under
you're
arrest for obstructing?
You're
and I'm not
continuing
even
to
supposed
refuse
be,
to.
I'm
You
not
are
even trying to talk
disobeying
loud.
lawful orders.
Because it's not right.
Okay.
What if I didn't have my license or my ID today? How was you gonna? You just gonna take
Can
me
you give
in?
us your name and date of birth?
I'm tired of y'all
I
bothering
get it.
me.
Hey, we're restarting,
no,
right?
you don't know.
We're restarting this
Cause
conversation.
I literally just lost my brother, and y'all just.
Would you
Oh my God. Dead family member. Honest to God. I thought dead family member was going to be kind of like a very super rare bingo box, but holy hell, so many people use that excuse.
would you like to leave this incident? You need to provide an identification,
Well, I don't have one.
okay? A name and a date of birth.
That would work.
That would just be a mess. Because what if just what?
What's your name? What's your first name?
Then what?
Are you going to provide an ID or no? If not, you are
I
going
don't
to be
have
arrested.
one.
Listen.
You said if not, I'm gonna be arrested.
Would you like it simple or no? So then
Okay.
provide it.
Still,
You
like,
have
you
it in
just-
your hand.
What's your name?
I don't.
We just saw it in your hand.
Absolute S tier gaslighting.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you? I can't believe y'all. I'll just.
What is the end goal you want here?
The end goal for me to go home.
Okay.
Okay.
This is how we can do that. The quickest
Literally,
way.
right now,
the quickest
I live around
way,
the corner.
The
Ridge
quickest.
Drive,
Listen,
Ember Manor,
listen,
literally.
Listen.
So
The-
you guys have been like
Listen,
hassling me
listen.
the
We're
entire
trying
time.
to get you there.
The quickest way
I
you
don't
can get
trust
home
y'all.
is that you just give us your ID or just give us your name and your date of birth.
Shoot, you talking about what you talking? Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your name?
Sorry about that. Because y'all just trying to take people to jail just regardless. I got kids at home. Y'all
We're not-
talking
we're
about
not
what
trying
y'all.
Look at
I'm
how
panicking.
patient Officer Valentine's been with
I
you.
ain't did nothing wrong.
We've been
Well, you
standing
guys
here with you
did
for
just
15
just
minutes
say
trying to
like
get your name.
I turned right just excessively too early, but I'm just not seeing that point. I'm not.
That is not what we said.
Basically,
No, we said that you crossed the center line.
I mean, yeah, the turn.
No, you are not turning yet. You are not turning. So the simple, if you want to get back to your kids, right?
No, seriously.
You do?
Yes,
And
yes, sir.
and your kids want to see you?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
I'm not.
If your kids want to see you, the way that you can see your kids and they can see you,
They don't even
would be
understand what's going on. This is what I deal with. People just harass me. They up in there doing all types of stuff, and y'all gonna stop me? I'm up here just ruining my eyes and stuff. I'm overwhelmed.
Dispatch advised that the woman had a suspended license, prompting the officers to arrest her.
I mean, you could probably guess that, considering she says she doesn't have a license, and she just has a state ID. So you could have figured that one out.
No.
That's not you.
No.
Because that's Amari.
Who?
tomorrow. Okay.
Who is that?
Okay. We can always check your
Who's that?
fingerprints when we get down to the police department.
So I'm still going to jail.
It's not my traffic stop, but
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get you out of the car. Okay. You are under arrest for obstructing. You're refusing lawful orders.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I literally just told you all what's going on,
You said Corey.
and you didn't stop me. I stopped myself. So what's really going on? Are you terrorizing me? Are you harassing me?
if you're asking
Oh my
me,
God.
I'm telling you, Officer Valentine
You're
is
under arrest. Come on.
telling you
Okay.
you're under
Get out of the
arrest.
car.
Okay.
Get out of the
okay.
vehicle.
All right.
Get out of the
all right,
vehicle.
All right. Okay. Okay. Please. I have a broken wrist. I do. Look at my wrist.
Turn around.
There's another one.
Turn around.
Yes. Wait.
Put your hands behind your
Lay your
back.
hands behind your back.
Okay.
Stop tensing up.
I'm not. I'm strong. You're weak, dude.
Everything you're
Oh.
Please tell me when you're watching, when you're touching me, okay?
All right. Stand right here and widen your stance for me. Okay. We're gonna do a pat down. Widen your stance.
Because I was almost PTSD from that.
You have anything in your pockets at all?
Could you find it if I do? Because these are deep pockets. And I have on a corset. No,
Listen to me.
that's not my name.
Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna take the keys from your
No,
hand.
you're not.
Yes, you are under
Why?
arrest, Amari.
Why?
Because you are under arrest.
Why?
You cannot have the keys. Stop.
Okay, what's going on here?
Stop, Amari.
What's
Just
about to
let
happen?
go, let
Amari.
go of the keys.
Tell me what's about to happen because
You are under
already
arrest.
was just too high of a character for me. For what? What am I under arrest for? Wow, what happened here?
Amari,
Sit
take
in the
a
car.
seat. Take a
I
seat.
can't believe what just happened here.
Take a seat.
I'm
Sit in the
not
car.
because I have a lot to say.
Okay, you're
Okay.
under arrest. Take a seat.
Yeah, we know that.
Why?
Take a seat in the car.
Yes, why?
For obstructing and driving on a suspended license. We gave you several times to give us your name, your ID.
I wasn't
You refused to give
driving.
anything. Then
I
you gave a
wasn't
false
driving.
name. And you
I
drove here. We
wasn't
watched you drive. So
driving.
put your feet in.
I wasn't driving.
Put your feet in. Put your feet in.
I wasn't driving.
Amari, get your
Wait, I wasn't driving.
You're
I wasn't driving.
you just touched me. You've done enough.
buckle plate right there.
I can't believe it. It's too tight. It's extremely too tight. Why you got a corset on? Thanks. But why? I don't understand what y'all talking about. Please explain to me what.
That was amazing. Man, that was a good one.
Go ahead and sit back.
I can't. I literally said my coat is kind of stiff.
We're gonna have her go to the other side because the seatbelt's all messed up.
What are y'all about to do to this car?
It's about to get towed.
Where is it going?
I believe J&S. You'll have the sheet with all the information once you're done.
Yeah.
Actually,
Y'all,
let me see something. Actually,
y'all-
let me see.
it's not even necessary. Y'all could have just literally just did whatever the hell y'all was gonna do.
Yeah, just bring her over here.
And y'all just want to do all that.
All right, get out and we'll walk you on the other side.
Well, can you help?
Yeah. Here.
Wait, let me step out. It's already bad enough with dude. Excuse me, I can try. Sorry. Y'all done irked my nerve. I was so finna say, is that the one? Thought he was the one. Okay.
All right, walk this way.
So, can't believe y'all did that to that car. And you're gonna crush my broken arm. Look, let me show you actually, because I don't want to have to follow suit. Look at my wrist, my right wrist.
Yeah.
Look at my right wrist. That's what I'm telling y'all right now.
Okay, sit farther back. We can adjust it when
I'm
we get back
trying,
to
and
the
you talking about obstructing. Do I like elbow my way in?
Here, I'm gonna help get you in.
Okay, wait. That's literally it. That's literally it. The strap is strapping. Ah! Ouch!
All right, scoot a little bit farther to the right for me.
Easy now. This channel's monetization is hanging by a thread as it is.
A little bit more. You can trust me. I'm not fighting. The hell, you talking about obstructing?
She was taken to the police department for further processing.
Am I going that way or that way?
You'll come out this way.
Oh, you got my purse open and stuff? Stop.
Just give me the card.
No.
I'm gonna put it on the counter. Give me the
No.
card.
No. You ain't been putting it on the counter.
Amari.
You're hurting my finger.
Just give me the card. Open
You
up
are
your hand.
breaking my wrist.
Open your hand.
You're breaking my wrist.
Amari.
No, that's
Hey,
not my name.
Amari, listen to me.
That's not my name.
Okay, ma'am, listen to me.
Sir, he was hurting my wrist.
Okay, I get it. Listen.
I have
listen,
shown y'all.
Listen.
My wrist is broken. So I literally said this, and you want to be just all above.
You know how you're saying you're not obstructing?
I don't understand the process because I don't get under jail. And look, I'm over here talking about under jail, but you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shoot, I'm not trying to be like that.
Then listen to
and
me.
then he gonna tell me that I'm big and
Oh
bad.
my God.
Listen to me. You're not listening
No,
at
because you
all.
already was through the roof that literally just a few minutes ago.
Would you
and I just
would you
don't feel
would you
safe.
like to know the process?
You told me and you got mad. You did, and I don't even want to, because y'all are the law. That's why I'm not trying to do. He's not. He's trying to like dive deep.
You have a card in your hand that needs to be put on the counter.
Needs to be why?
Because you're not going to bring it into the cell. You're not going to have.
I'm going. Why am I going into the cell?
We just need you to.
Oh my God.
You just told me this is a traffic stop. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God.
Please.
Okay. And I'm
Don't explain. There's no point.
Everybody around here, if I gotta be a little bit louder, and I don't want to. I didn't even want to be a little bit louder.
Okay.
Now.
Deal. What
I mean, I could have been just let go.
Nope.
Without y'all even bothering me because I
Nope.
did nothing wrong.
Nope.
Y'all just wanted to be petty and turn.
Nope.
Y'all wasn't turning right.
Okay.
I turned right into that parking lot, and then y'all want to do all that, and then want to do all that.
Hey, hold up.
I'm obstructing because I'm stronger.
Hey,
and he's trying to flex my big old muscles in this big old stale old coat.
Listen,
He's telling me I'm stronger than him.
We are being patient.
Now I'm mad.
Okay, I get it.
And I'm not putting anybody in danger. That's what y'all know that.
No one said.
We are giving.
But y'all flexing it on me and walking up on me like
Yes,
you
because
are.
you are in jail. You are under arrest. This isn't choose your own adventure anymore. This is what is happening.
True.
Okay?
I don't
So
like
stop. I know. I
Y'all
get it.
shouldn't even put me
Stop
here.
it. Here, I'll give you a choice.
My lips
This
chapped.
is your choose your own adventure right here.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
choosing.
listen. Would you like
So
to
walk
let go
along.
of the ID? Or would you like us to
ID?
take it? We are giving you the option.
You take it, you going straight down.
So
because my wrist is broke.
Wait. So you're going to try and fight the cop because your wrist is broken? That sounds like an awesome idea.
You're using excessive force.
Is it excessive?
And I
Are you
can't
listening
even
to anything?
hear
Are you
that
listening
much.
to us?
So, no. I can only hear.
So you're
a
not
certain-
listening to us.
I mean, I'm trying.
So here, can you hear my words? Hey.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
Don't you do that.
No, we're doing this.
No, seriously, don't.
Oh, drop the ID. We're done with this.
You break my arm.
Hey, if you,
Oh, body cam falls off.
Y'all break my
Stop squeezing your hand.
Mo! Ow! My pinky!
Stop.
Oh!
hey,
Ow!
Why won't you release it? You're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself.
if you
Why are you
Shrieking.
I'm telling you to give me a
because you
break.
need to stop and let go of it.
What? You gotta. I told you my wrist is broken.
And we explain.
It's definitely not broken if you're holding on to the ID. Your arm isn't broken if you're holding on, squeezing onto the ID.
All right,
Try to
go ahead and take the. We're gonna take the handcuffs off. Put your hands on the counter.
I told you to take them
I'm gonna
off.
put both your hands on the counter when I take them off.
I mean, ouch. Okay. Jesus Christ. Can't believe this. Y'all just literally just did all that. All that. I just literally just said my wrist is not okay.
And how many times did I ask you to just let go of it?
Yeah, but you know how stubborn people are.
Well, you shouldn't. This isn't a game.
Oh, but Jesus Christ.
At least she's self-aware. What the hell?
This is what is called obstructing.
Well, now I know.
Well, this is the second time we've had this conversation, so.
This is the first. This
no,
is literally the first. Actually, no, I can't. To be honest, I really can't. No.
Is it a
Y'all little.
is it a latch?
It's like a little flicker, like a. Ooh. Okay. No, seriously. Okay. Can I sit,
Yeah, that's fine.
please?
Yeah, there's a seat right there. You can go ahead and sit down in.
Y'all just did me all the way too far.
Yeah, after asking you about 200 times to let go of the ID, and I'm explaining to you if you're not going to let go, we are going to take it out of your hand.
So, where you have to cut my boots off of me just for no reason? I'm trying not to swear.
I'll be honest with you. You can
I don't care. I don't care. Do not speak to me anymore if you're not assisting with me right now.
Okay.
And
Just start taking it
I
off.
know it wasn't intentional. You done told me I was in the gym, and you done brightened my day with that. Just a tad bit. Why did y'all do me like that? I told y'all my hand was not right.
Just take the boots off and let's get through this.
I'm trying. I told you. Because y'all did too much. Stop it, please. You don't listen.
Okay, now just take your boots off.
Dang. I ain't even did nothing. No, I'm flexing on y'all. Let me calm down. Let me calm down on y'all real quick. Yeah, y'all got me sweating in leather. Not a skin.
Is it over?
Yeah, you see that calf? Right, yeah. So I thought. Shit. Yes, you can help. If you
can finish it off.
Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, all right. All right. Here, sit. Can y'all free me now?
Okay.
Like,
She's literally walking into the cell. Can y'all free me now? Like, no.
All right, we'll be back in a little bit.
stand at the door.
The female was charged with obstruction and other traffic offenses. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen.
No, we're not going to free you now. All right, where is it? Where's the other one? Around here somewhere. No, not that one. Come on, if I see it, I know it's or it's somebody. Maybe somebody already posted it in the chat. Ah, somebody did. Found it. There it is. This is literally a Reno 911 skit. It has to be. This has to be staged.
On April 1st, 2023, deputies in Washington rushed to Highway 20 after receiving reports of an erratic driver in a white Mercedes. Witnesses reported that the driver, 51-year-old Shannon, dangerously veered into oncoming traffic and drove over a sidewalk. As deputies arrived, they immediately spotted the white Mercedes matching the description. Acting quickly, a deputy activated his emergency lights and pursued the reckless driver as she sped onto Highway 19. Here's what the deputies did next.
Let me see your hands. Turn off the engine now. Turn off the engine.
So, yeah, she let up on a high-speed chase, and it looks like her car's ditched.
Engine.
I got traffic.
Turn your vehicle off now. Turn your vehicle off. Turn your vehicle off. Turn your vehicle off now. Turn your vehicle off.
I got them.
Turn your vehicle off now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn your vehicle off.
Because he's trying to keep running.
I'm going to spray you with pepper spray if you don't turn your vehicle off. Say again? I don't care. You already did that. You put it in a ditch. Turn it off or you're going to be subjected to chemical spray. Turn it off now.
I don't see any children in the back or anything.
Turn it off or I'm going to spray you. Turn your motor off now. Turn.
What are you spraying me for exactly? You have your
Because you're not complying.
Do you have your body camera?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Because you refuse to get out of the vehicle. You're trying to get away. We've been chasing you for miles.
Is there kids in it?
It doesn't matter. You're going to turn your vehicle.
What is the law?
You are
an officer of the law.
What is the law?
You're not doing what you're being told. You're trying to get away.
What is the law?
We'll explain it all to you. This is your last warning.
You are an officer. Officer.
Okay. Ready?
You know what? That stream.
Yeah.
Let's give her a shot.
Jeff Crown, OC deployed. Can we open that door? break your driver's window if you don't shut off the engine.
She's still trying to run.
And you're gonna get covered with glass.
Here.
You have a bunk on you? She's not gonna get out of there. I sunk up to my ankles just screaming there.
Get out of the car now!
I do have a little punch.
Give me it.
There we go.
Get out of the car.
So what's the first thing she does?
Because you're not compliant. Yes.
Get out of the car.
Turn the vehicle off now.
The first thing she's doing is she's blasting her camera in vertical, of course. And she's got the Karen haircut too.
Officer, who is this exactly?
Get out of the car now!
Bradford. Officer Moore. Get your f***ing hands off me. You know that's illegal. Get your hand out of my car. Get your hand out of my car. Officer Keller. Officer Keller.
You're under arrest.
Put his hands in my vehicle.
You are under arrest.
Officer Moore.
Now you're resisting.
Officer.
Oh my God.
You want the judge. Okay.
Oh, damn, she gets chucked out.
Watch out, her face is in water.
Okay. All right, Whites.
I couldn't see you.
Yes, we did.
Yes, you did. You guys are amazing. Your body cams are still on, right?
Yes.
All right, is your body...
Yes, the body cams are still on.
I'd like to know your name.
You don't need to know it right now.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, actually I do. I need to know my...
You did.
Yes, you did. You guys are amazing. Your body cams are still on, right?
Yes.
All right, is your body cam on, officer?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'd like to know your name.
You don't need to know it right now.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, actually I do. I need to know my...
You're gonna need to turn around and go now. You'll find out later. All right. Let's put her in the car.
How about now?
Thank you.
How about right now?
You'll get it later.
No, I'm gonna get it now. You f***ing retards. You have to, you are absolutely out of the law. You are completely out of the law. You understand that?
Okay.
Woo! All 6 of you? 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! What county is this? What county?
You don't even know the...
How about
Oh, fuck!
I came to get my phone. We went to Port Townsend last night. How about you tell me what county this is?
Gia just super chatted with 99.99. They said here you go Artie.
Thank you, Gia, for the $99.99 super chat. God, it's been feels like it's been a minute, but thank you very much for that. Kind of woke me up a little bit. Thank you, Gia. I appreciate it.
What county is it?
No.
What county?
She was
what
all
county?
over the place, too.
Woo! Jefferson County.
Quit clenching your
Oh,
fist,
your
sir.
body cam's still on.
Where's your car at?
Okay, good. Jefferson
That one.
County.
She's clenching in the too tight.
Find out later.
Oh, you can't tell me now? What do you have to hide?
You saw it?
What do you have to hide, officer? You can't tell me right now on body cam? What do you have to hide, officer?
Good, right?
What do you have to hide?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, good.
Can you secure this one?
Good.
Do you have any injuries, ma'am?
Yeah, I have a broken finger.
Do you?
And you are definitely putting force on it.
Okay. Well, we're kind of having...
Medical issue.
You're resisting.
Close to.
Right now, you're under arrest for eluding police officer.
Oh, eluding. Is that a law?
Yeah, it is. I'm afraid
How
so.
about you state it? Washington state law. Nothing.
Well,
What's the law? Repeat it.
it's arrest in Washington.
Repeat the law. Repeat the law.
Did somebody find a purse for her or something there?
Repeat the law.
I think it came out when she came out.
Repeat the law. No, it did not. My phone came out.
I've got your phone.
What is the law that I am breaking? What is the law that I am breaking? What is the law that I am breaking?
Suspicion of DUI.
Oh, suspicion. Based on what evidence? Based on what?
Based on driving behavior that we saw.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might have been...
To stop.
I don't have to stop. Repeat the law. I don't have to stop. No, I do not. Repeat the law.
I don't think you know
Repeat
what the law says, man.
I do. Do you? Do you? Do you? Yeah, I have a dog as well.
Yeah.
Is this? She's leaning. I mean, she's, you know, kind of leaning on that sovereign citizen stuff. She's not there yet, but she's getting there.
We're gonna take care of the dog.
Oh, you're not going to take care of anybody but yourself.
Well, we can't leave it out here.
We all know that. You only care about yourselves.
Wheeler, she going in your car?
What's going on here? Get in the car. You are hurting me.
Is it me?
You are hurting me and putting physical pain on me. You are inflicting physical pain. So put me in a car now. Right now.
You're not running things.
You are twisting my wrist and inflicting pain on me. You don't need to do that. I'm not resisting.
All we're doing is holding you in place.
I'm not resisting arrest.
Hey, 2-5. They're gonna take the DUI if we want to do the elude.
Oh, elude. Yeah, take the law.
Not that one, lady.
State the law. State the law. What law says I'm elude? Yes, you do. You are officer law.
You understand you have a right to an attorney?
Now you're gonna resist, and now you're gonna assault an
I'm
officer.
not resisting.
Yes,
You're
yes, you
actually
did.
twisting my arm back. Are your body cams on?
Yep, they sure are.
Oh, good. Because you actually are the
Well, now
one.
you're being charged with assaulting an officer.
For what?
For elbowing me in the
assault?
chest. You just elbowed
No,
me in the chest.
actually, you're the one who's twisting my arm.
Okay, well, we can
Right on
argue
the
it.
body cam, man.
While they're handcuffed.
We can argue it later.
While they're handcuffed.
You can
We
still
will
fight in
argue it
handcuffs,
later.
man.
We will argue it in court.
Okay.
I hope you guys are 100% sure that you are 100% within the law.
Oh, yeah.
Here in Jefferson County, Washington State. Are you
I can pretty much guarantee she's not going to do any kind of thing.
Tell us what your name is.
I don't need to tell you my name. You're going to go dig through my shit. You already broke my windows.
No,
you broke two
they
windows.
ran it. I mean, we knew the plate was, so.
There you go.
Are you Shannon? No answer. I guess you are.
I'm Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
Are you finished? Are you going to put me in the car?
We're working
Are
on
you
that.
going to tow my vehicle? Are you going to put
Yep.
your dog
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
your
car?
vehicle's being impounded.
Great. Awesome. Good. You guys can also pay for the 2 windows you bust.
And your dog will go to the shelter.
Wonderful. Here in
You had her dog with her?
Great.
What an ass!
This month. Just wondering. Well, not this month.
Just
last
you,
month.
ma'am. Just you.
Oh, how about, yeah, because it's the
Well,
first
I'll
day of
sit
the month.
here and
So how about March?
help hold her if you want to give him a run.
How about March? Are you finished? You can't charge me with a
Stop
DUI. You don't know that I have a DUI. You just truly think that I have a DUI.
Just like he said, suspicion of DUI, man.
Suspicion. Based on what evidence?
Your actions.
Suspicion.
Car being off in the woods over there.
Maybe it was a social media post.
The address came back.
What?
Social media post.
Just so you know, we're being
What?
recorded, so anything you say can and will be held against you in a court
Yeah,
of law,
well, you haven't read me my rights yet, have you?
including this
Miranda
video.
rights? You pepper sprayed me. You busted my
We're not
fucking-
asking you any
Who's got this?
No, you're not. 'Cause
Wait, who's got the Star Wars ringtone?
you busted my
Okay.
car. On suspicion of DUI, but you don't even have any actually evidence that you can actually.
Who's got the Star Wars ringtone going?
Sir, what's your
I
evidence?
already told you.
No, you
We're
didn't
done here.
tell me. We're not done here. This is on body cam, right?
Yep, sure
Right,
is.
right. What's your name, officer? What's your name? My name's
Deputy
Shannon.
Moore.
Oh, Deputy
my intent
Moore.
was
What's
just
your
to follow it,
suspicion
see if
of
I was
DUI
doing the
based
same
on what?
behavior.
Based on what?
Almost immediately.
I told you.
No, you did not tell me. Repeat it, please.
We're not going to
Repeat
sit here and debate on the
Oh,
roadside.
body cam. What is your suspicion of DUI? Deputy Moore.
Just hang tight. Everything's going to be explained.
Deputy Moore, you will explain it now. I have rights. I have rights, and so do you.
And I was just
And
letting
you know
Jeff
what? I
know where
actually
it was
respect
at.
the law, Deputy Moore.
Yeah, she's,
But you can't.
Do you?
Been sprayed.
You can't tell me the law, Deputy.
Did anybody
Moore.
start
Tell me
aid
the
car?
law. Tell me the law.
Just for dotting the
What's
T's
your
and crossing the
name?
I's.
Easy, I'm Trooper
Hey,
Schwilke.
Tim.
Stay facing forward.
Did anybody start an aid car?
Repeat it.
Trooper
Is
Schwilke.
your body
Okay,
cam
so
on?
it has
I
been
do not
done.
have a body cam,
Why
ma'am.
not? Why not?
Because our
Why
agency
not?
doesn't have them.
Oh, because they're too cheap to give you one?
You need to talk to your legislators
I
about that.
don't need to talk to anyone. legislators. I'm talking to you, the one who is holding my biceps.
I am holding
and
your
my
bicep because
triceps
you're twisting
against
on
the
us.
car.
You don't poke your eye out on this antenna. You're getting
I'm
close
not
to it.
poking any eyes out.
I'm just looking out for your safety.
Oh,
shift her a little to the left.
Poke her eye out, kid.
Where are we going?
Just right here.
You're not moving
Just right
me
here.
until you tell me where you're taking me.
Okay.
You will tell me where you're taking me.
Just stand
and then
right
I will
there.
move.
The end.
Great. The end? What is the end?
So you don't stab yourself with that
What is
antenna.
the end? What is the end exactly? You said you're taking me to the end. What is the end exactly? What is the end?
The end of the car right here.
Oh, the end of your vehicle.
It's not my car.
Okay, what's the next?
The ends of the earth.
What's the next step? What's the next step you're going to take me to?
Well, you've already been advised you're under arrest. So.
And the next step, I'm asking you, I have a right to know. The next step? This is a legal process. What is the next step, sir? What is the next step?
We're going to get you checked out by 8 as soon as I get here.
Oh, good, good. Who's coming?
Ryan, it's Jefferson County.
Who's coming to check me
I
out?
have no clue.
So who did you call?
It's an aid crew.
Who did you call? Who's the aid crew?
No clue.
Who are they employed by?
I have no clue.
Oh, you don't know your own resources? Who are they employed by? Who are they employed by?
I'm
Who
assuming
is
the
the
county.
aid crew? I'm
guess this
assuming
is good
clearly you don't know. So who is the aid crew who's
Well, you
coming
can ask them
to
when they
check
get here.
me out? What aid crew is coming to check me out here in Jefferson County?
We'll let you know as soon
You
as they get
sprayed
here.
pepper spray in my face and my dog. You broke 2 windows on my vehicle, and you still don't have any reason to actually arrest me, except for your, quote, suspicion.
Oh, there's several different.
Would you like to tell me now?
I
while we
entered the
wait for
gang
the aid
late,
crew?
so you're going to have to ask.
Oh, you entered late.
Celia.
At what point did you enter this wonderful, beautiful excursion for your Saturday night? At what point? At what point, officer? At what point did you come in? At what point did you join the fray? At what point? How about you? When did you join the fray?
It's fantastic.
It is fantastic. What's your name, sir?
Deputy Wheeler.
What? Deputy Wheeler. Were you the one pursuing me?
I was one of the many, yes.
Who was the first one pursuing
I
me?
think you met
Where
him
is
as-
that officer? I would like to meet him.
His name's Deputy Radford.
And where is he?
He was the guy that broke out your back
And
window.
where is he?
He's here.
Where is he? Where is Deputy
don't know.
Radford, who first turned his
Around here somewhere.
the social media post that I posted? And
What?
now you guys are spraying pepper spray. 4 of you chasing me as I was going the speed limit. And guess what? Guess what? Deputy Radford has not been the one to step up to make the arrest. Deputy Radford, where are you?
Oh my God.
Deputy Radford, I'd like to speak to you.
Again.
Yeah, can you talk to my husband?
The Star Wars.
I already told him what you guys are doing. Deputy Radford, I have the right to speak to you, Deputy Radford. That is
He'll be
my
with
right.
him just a second.
Deputy Radford, I can't even open my eyes because there's pepper spray. I love the light in my face, by the way. That's great. What's your name, the one who's holding the light? Excuse me?
This is getting
What are you?
asinine.
Deputy Fernsteiner.
I'm already over it.
Thank you for shining a light in my face, Deputy Fernsteiner. You're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic job, Deputy Fernsteiner.
AIDS here.
Yeah. Suspicion of DUI.
I tell you, this is a Reno 911 skit.
Consider there could be other reasons why I would be swerving on a Washington roadway. Oh, no lights. Oh, perhaps trees on both sides. Maybe it was because I didn't know where I was going because we were in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, let's arrest me, break my window, spray pepper spray in my eyes. Are you still filming?
Yes,
No,
sure
I have
am.
the right to face you. I can't face you.
You can.
I can't face you. So take your strength off my tricep. I don't have the right to face you, officer. I don't have the right to face you. You just get to strong on me. Nobody's around Mirandized me. I am not
We're not
getting in a
asking
car.
you any questions. I
I'm
already
not
explained
getting
that.
in a car until you Mirandize
This is an ambulance.
me. Great, what ambulance? Who is this? Who is this?
Ambulance.
Quill Team Fire and Rescue. I respect you, firefighters. Thank you. I will cooperate. These police officers?
Hey, I'm going to move your hair out of your eyes.
Oh, why do that? Just spray pepper pepper spray, break my windows, spray my dog. What? Putting a social media post up? Sure. Awesome. Awesome. I would love it.
So she's been
Are you
sprayed with pepper
finished?
spray.
Strong arming me? Are you finished?
I'm holding
Are
on
you
to you.
still filming?
I sure am.
Good.
All right, I just want to let you know,
What's her
too
name?
many watch this show, rubbing video on
Something
here.
over
Really?
You
Doesn't
have the right to
What's the last
call.
name?
You have the right to talk to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions.
Okay.
You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. Stand on a
Here's her
recording
license.
will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. You can exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand these rights? Do you understand these rights, man?
Shannon, my name's Lynn. I'm an EMT. I'm going to take care of you. Check you out. Make sure you're feeling okay. I'm going to touch your hair, okay?
Do you want to spray some pepper spray with?
No.
Oh, that's what these guys did. They sprayed pepper spray on me and my dog. Yeah, it's amazing.
Will you
I
come into
love
my
it.
ambulance with me?
Do I have a choice? Clearly I don't. I'm handcuffed and strong-armed. I have no choice. So I'm definitely getting in your ambulance with you, Lynn.
Okay, come on.
Come on.
I can't see, officer.
Okay, well, there's
you
stuff.
sprayed pepper spray
I
in
didn't
my
spray you
fucking
anything.
face.
Go up.
Step up.
What?
My God.
I can't open my eyes.
Left leg, step
Where's the step? You're going to have to help out. I can't see anymore.
I got
Good job, officer.
Oh my God! Shut up!
Shove me in? You're going to shove me in? Fall on my fucking face? Yeah, you guys are great. You're such great characters.
One more step.
One more step.
I'm going to turn this way a little bit.
You're gonna have to help out. These guys definitely want to use force and excessive force. I don't know where I'm going. I can't fucking see. What do you want me to do? What do you want?
He just won't shut up.
Where? Which direction? I can't see. There is no
She's got glass all over her too, so.
Okay.
I probably do.
More steps. All right, now we're going to turn this way.
Wait, let's turn.
Thank you for the super chat, Leanne.
I can't see.
Have a seat.
You're going to sit right
Good.
behind
You guys made me blind.
There you
You
go.
made me blind.
Okay.
Thank you.
It'll go away.
Thank you, sheriffs and officers, for doing your duty.
Oh.
Clearly, you're just attaching handcuffs, and now you're tightening them even more than they were.
Yeah, they're spaced properly. I just checked them.
Even more than they were already tightened. Don't touch my fucking fingers. Are you good now, Officer Spooky? Are you sure that the assailant has been properly detained? You will tell me where you're fucking taking me. Where am I going? Where? I can't even tell you. How about you tell me?
Listen, we're going right now.
Forward.
Just keep
Where's
walking.
that?
It's right in front of us here. It's about 5 feet, okay?
Human suspects as human instead of animals. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I can't see. You sprayed me with pepper spray. Are you talking?
The suspect was charged with DUI, attempted to
Ugh.
a police vehicle, and resisting arrest. The suspect's dog was taken into custody and remanded to the county animal shelter. Deputies later learned the suspect had 2 prior DUI arrests. In Washington,
That's not surprising.
a police vehicle is classified as a Class C felony, punishable of up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000 if found guilty.
All right.
Why are you arresting me?
Don't resist.
Stop! Stop tightening them on me! I'm not
Oh my God.
doing anything! I'm not fucking doing anything!
I want to read you your Miranda rights before I ask you any questions.
Jesus.
You should have before you put the fucking handcuffs on me.
I don't
If
know
you
what
knew how
to
to
do
be a
that.
fucking cop, you would have done it before you put the fucking cops on me.
So, Miranda,
I went to school for this shit.
Not answer any questions.
Did you?
Or make it.
You better not drive like an idiot! Which you probably will because you're too stupid to do anything right!
Questions.
Can I hit my feet?
Can I get my vape, please?
2023. Officers were called to a domestic call between a boyfriend and his intoxicated girlfriend. Officers first meet with the boyfriend to hear his side of the story. The suspect and her father were parked down the street and were later approached by officers.
I mean, she's got a career medal if she can get her shit together.
How can we help you?
Where to start? So my girlfriend was here. Her phone was like all off and stuff.
First off, she is down the street now, and her dad is down there with her, but he can't calm her down either. So just so you guys know, she is parked down the street.
Okay.
This is her dealer's house, and I came here because she said she was at work, and it was just my first guess. 35 Adam. Be here. So I drove here. I saw her car, and then her dad said that I should call police because I didn't know if she was kidnapped, hurt, or anything.
They've been trying to get her help for a long time.
And then she came out, and then that's when I got out and was like, hey, what's going on? And I was still on the phone with the operator at this time that she was like, we're taking one in. Took my glasses off my face, screaming bloody murders. He came out, he was banging on my window saying, get the f*** out of my house. I'm in the road. Yeah. But like, I'm not trying to start anything else. I mean, I don't know what I'm even supposed to be showing you. It's just coming back to fight everyone and beat the shit out.
So she's an addict, or she's using, at the very least she's using. And her boyfriend caught her in the act, caught her lying, and she's taking out, I guess, her shame and anger out on him and everybody else around her. I don't know. That's a guess.
Out of the cops coming back to fight everyone is what she edited to. Can't believe you called the cops of all people. Hope you never get to streetscape again without a pig in your way.
Hi, can I help you?
You Sadie?
Yep.
Hey, thank you for the 2 months, man.
Put your hands behind your back.
Why? Why are you arresting me?
Don't resist. Sadie.
You're going to make matters worse on yourself.
My daughter, wife.
I understand that. I will explain everything here in a minute.
I didn't do anything. Look at the marks on me.
Sadie, don't.
You know, traffic.
Sadie, do you have any weapons or anything on you I need to know about?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. You have me handcuffs. What am I gonna do?
Stop.
What am I gonna do?
Sadie. Now you're getting charged with interference.
Sadie.
I told you.
It's not even me.
This is going to
for fighting with us.
Yes, you're going to end up costing this a whole lot more.
Now you're getting charged with interference with official acts. We're not playing this game.
Please define an official
Sadie,
act.
hey, listen to me.
Let go of my right wrist. You're gonna
cooperate with us here from here on out. She's just a little kid, man. She's a skinny little girl.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna take her trying to run away and swing at me and kick at me. You kick at me again, you're getting an additional charge.
I can't even hurt you. I can't even hurt you. All I did was scream.
We're just gonna put you in a car.
Stop tightening them. Stop tightening them on me.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
I'm holding your hands.
Stop. Just put me in the f***ing back of the f***ing car.
Sadie, stop kicking.
No. You're getting assault on the PO now for kicking me.
I don't f***ing care. Just put me in the f***ing car. Stop.
Okay. Come on. Hey, leave that there, sir.
Along with all of her cards.
Please, this hurts.
Have a seat.
Oh, yeah. She could probably leave it. No, I want her keys.
Where are her keys at?
I don't know, officer.
Okay. I'm going to read her Miranda and try to talk with her.
I was going to lock the cuffs so they don't get any tighter, but you were fighting us.
Okay, Sadie, I'm going to...
It hurts so bad, please.
Okay, Sadie.
Please, it hurts. It hurts.
Yes, that's shrieking.
Deep breath for a second. If you're willing to cooperate, Sadie.
No, you have me all worked up.
Sadie.
No, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. Just get the f*** away from me.
Sadie, I will check the handcuffs.
Take me wherever I have to go. I don't
Sadie,
care.
I want to check the handcuffs so that they're not too tight, okay? But for me to do that, I need you to cooperate with me and not kick at me like you were doing before.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, I want to check the handcuffs to make sure that it's not too tight. But the only way that happens.
Do it.
Okay, turn and face towards that wall for me.
Damn. So do it. I did what you asked. God, this is such fucking horse.
Okay, I can fit my
What
finger
did I even do?
in between.
Do you see the marks on this? Is even worse.
Okay.
This is even worse.
I will give you a chance to talk with me.
I don't think he did anything though.
I am not doing
Oh my god.
Are you done?
I just want them loser, Dad. Fucking.
I just checked the cuffs.
I don't
Fingers in between, so
care.
it's within our policy.
I don't care.
There's nothing I can do about that, Sadie. When you get to the station, maybe they'll take them off, okay?
Okay, Sadie, I want to read you your Miranda rights before I ask you any questions, okay?
Yeah, you should have before you put the handcuffs on me.
I don't need
If you
probable
knew
cause
how
to
to
do
be
that.
a cop, you would have done it before you put the cuffs on me.
So this is your Miranda
I went to school for this shit.
Okay.
Yep. You
Did you?
remain silent.
You have the right to remain
I kind of doubt that.
Yeah,
court of law.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you.
Your camera better be on, but I bet it's
Yep,
not.
it is.
You're a f***ing pig.
If you can
It is.
afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of your rights that I've explained to you today?
No, I don't. So that means
Okay,
you
then
have
what-
to uncuff me.
No, that's not what that means.
Okay?
What don't you understand? And I will gladly explain it to you.
I don't understand why I'm in here.
Okay, I will.
Kind of, it's really hard. It's really hard for me to like have like empathy for somebody who's in this state, who's using and is maybe an addict. It's hard for me to have that empathy when she's literally acting like a 5-year-old.
We'll explain
Can I
that to you in a
please
second.
just come out and talk to you like a normal human being?
Nope, we're past that because you've kicked at me. You've proven that you can't be.
Is it your job to know how to deal with that shit? I'm a 100-pound white bitch.
Okay,
And you're gonna act like
Okay.
I'm not gonna take somebody.
I don't know what race has to do with anything.
Questioning, you're
What
going to jail.
training did you go
So she's going to be arrested today for domestic assault, assaulting a PO, and interference. Okay, that's where we're at today. I'm trying to talk with her. I'm trying to get her side of the whole situation. She's not willing to talk with me. So
car with my hands behind my. How am I even supposed to ride safely in a car with my hands behind my?
You can leave your car here if you want. Otherwise, your dad can take it and make sure it doesn't just get left on the road.
I don't care about anything. You guys haven't listened to a single word. Do you see the marks on me?
Yes or no? Is your dad taking the car or not?
I want my lawyer.
Otherwise, we might have to impound it.
Sadie, I don't accept my Miranda rights, and I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment.
Sadie, you tell them
Fifth Amendment.
Your car, or it's going to be towed. We just need her to say yes. Sadie, I'm taking your car. Say yes.
continue to do that.
I don't care.
All right.
It's okay. She said it's okay that he takes it. All right, sir. Do you have any questions for us? Okay.
No, nothing surprises me anymore. I have kids.
Yeah, me too. All right, you take care.
Jesus.
Can I just have my seatbelt on? I feel like I'm gonna die. Can I at least have my seatbelt on?
You want your seatbelt on? I'll gladly put your seatbelt on.
I wish I was
Just don't fight.
bad right now. I can't even wear it properly if you have me handcuffed. What if we crash? I'll literally die. Yeah, then you guys better not drive like idiots. You better not drive like idiots.
Oh my god.
Probably will because you're too stupid to do anything right.
Stop. All right. I'm going to put a hobble restraint on you, and I'm going to restrain your legs if you continue.
Rap. Give her the rap. Give her the rap.
enough money to be able to bail you out. Do you understand that? I don't have access to
I just want my vape.
Well, that can't happen. If you were going to cooperate with us,
That's way too.
I would gladly give you.
Why do I get punished
And let
for
you
not
smoke, but
cooperating?
because of your actions, that's not going to happen. Do you want me to come out and I can talk to you through the window? Okay, I can do that. Okay, so all my partner was saying was that we believe you to be under the influence of alcohol. You're not being charged with it. We just have to have it documented. Okay, so you're not being charged with it. Okay, your charges today and the reason why you're going to jail. Okay, is for domestic abuse assault, simple. Okay. You're getting charged with domestic abuse assault, simple. You're getting charged with interference with official acts for pulling away from us and trying to get away from our custody.
I understand.
And then you're being charged with assault on persons in certain occupations for kicking me. Okay? Those are your 3 charges. That's all you're being charged with. Okay?
What does that mean?
They're pretty serious charges, lady.
Consequences.
Well, so
They're pretty rough.
Okay.
How long?
So for the domestic, most of the time you'll see a judge in the morning and then they release you.
I just stay the night.
You will have to stay the night. Females see the judge before males do, so you'll probably see a judge around 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So you're going to be there less than 24 hours.
I can't do that. I need my medicine.
What medicine? What are you on medication for? Okay.
Crack cocaine.
They have a nurse. They have a nurse at county.
I can't do that.
Why can't you do that?
I've never been in jail before.
Okay. Well, unfortunately,
Well,
that's going to change today.
first times for everything.
I didn't do anything. I just
You did do lots of things.
did to him.
Well, that's what happens when you're using.
With me, you decided to try to assault me, and then you did assault me, and you were being extremely uncooperative, and that's why we're in the position we're in today.
Oh, there it goes. Now it's settling in.
I just want to go home to my dad. I just want to go.
Oh, I want daddy.
Well, we can't do that, okay? And let me.
I want daddy.
With the domestic situation, we don't have a choice, okay? Because you've been together for 5 years, live together, are in a intimate relationship. We don't have a choice in the matter. Okay, domestic assaults are a mandatory arrest. We don't even have the choice ourselves.
Look at me. Look at my marks.
Okay, what marks?
Look at my face, my chin. I can show you my hip.
Okay, what happened?
I can show you my knee.
Okay.
He's hurt me more than I've hurt him.
Okay, so talk me through it. We can put that into the case that this has happened.
Guys, just believe who's called first. Can you
No.
fix my jacket for me?
It's not that we believe. This is why I tried to talk with you and I read you your Miranda rights, okay? Because I have to read those to you before I can ask you your side of the story. That way you don't self-incriminate yourself, okay? But you didn't give me that chance. So now all I have is his side of the story to go off of, and that's why everything's going to be documented as a simple, okay? Now, if you want to tell me that
it doesn't matter.
There's been issues in the past, and
it doesn't matter now anyway.
You're indicating to me that he's been assaultive towards you in the past, and we can document that in the case, and then detectives will follow up.
No, they won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will.
Yes, they will. Oh my God.
Do whatever you have to do.
Okay.
Where's the paddy wagon?
They're on their way here now, okay? Do you have any questions for me?
We're not allowed to call him that anymore.
We're gonna have to go.
Loftus, how far away is the wagon?
All night. I'm gonna go crazy in the morning.
No, they're on East 14th and the interstate.
East 14th? Okay. Hang on a second, Sadie.
Yeah. Where's my phone, actually?
If it'll get her to call
my phone.
All right, Sadie, listen to me. Okay. I'm going to give you one chance. Okay? You're calming down a little bit and you're at least talking with me. Okay, listen to me. I'm going to open the door. You're going to step out and you're going to, because you're not going to do this inside my car. You're going to step right out here at the back of my car. If you do anything, you're done.
I promise.
You understand?
I promise. I promise. The back of the car?
Just right here.
Okay.
That's fine, right there.
Well, I can't really.
I will hold it for you.
Right leg, right ankle,
Right shin.
painful.
When it happened, not now.
Sorry.
I appreciate that, but unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
I gave you, and then you continued. You continued to two to three.
Yeah, he's just pacing back and forth, throwing his hands up. He's still got the knife in his hand.
Criminal justice class now. It's called the paddy wagon.
That is offensive to all Irish. I think she. Well, I want to wait till she actually asks for the.
How you doing?
Can I have my vape?
Let me check them. Make,
Can I have my jacket over?
yeah, that does make it feel a bit better. Yeah. It's probably pace.
Did you just have pouty lips?
Okay. Are you cool enough back here?
Just with my dog's collars, it's 2 fingers.
Yeah. So just like pacing back and forth.
Oh, forget it. I can't handle her anymore. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that she's gotten away with so much shit. I feel like her attitude's got her away with so much because like you saw how she was in the first half. She was a shrieking banshee, kicking, throwing, screaming, everything under the sun. And then the latter half, she was a dainty 5-year-old. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. Yeah, whatever. All right, all right. What is this from OSG though? Medical records leaked over social media and threatening the district attorney in Kansas.
Currently before the court is a motion to dismiss counts 3 and 4 of the second amended complaint and information. What is the state's response to the motion to dismiss count 3? Ms. Gillette.
Your Honor, Deputy Bliss and Deputy Watts, what records have been provided to the defense?
Okay, that's not what that one is about.
Count 3 is battery on enforcement officer Amy Bliss. Count 4 is aggravated battery on law enforcement officer Eric Watts. The defense wants additional medical records on these 2 officers, but they have been leaking the medical records of the officers to media personas and press, violating their HIPAA rights and their privacy rights. The state has motioned for a seal of confidentiality and an order for them to not disseminate any further records or for them to have to come and view them in person with the state.
Ms. Gillette, I want to go back to paragraph 2 of the motion to dismiss, which creates a totally separate and independent reason for dismissal of count 3. I'm not aware that the last charging document is the second amended complaint. Mr. House has raised an issue regarding essentially the severity level that that crime charges. And first of all, I wanted your response to that.
I believe it should be a misdemeanor. I think when it was amended that it got changed to felony and it should be misdemeanor.
According to Mr. House, and I think it's an accurate statement, battery of a law enforcement officer is alleged in count 3 as a class A misdemeanor, not a severity level 5 person felony. He moves for dismissal, but I think that at this juncture, the proper remedy is amendment of the complaint, an ordered amendment of the complaint to reflect that count 3, battery on a law enforcement officer involving Amy Bliss, is to be charged from this point forward as a class A misdemeanor. The court will order amendment of the complaint accordingly. And it would appear then that the state is conceding on this point. Back to count 4 then, which is where Ms. Gillette's argument began. This court had ordered back in March for the state to disclose and turn over doctors' records on the alleged victim's back injuries, which apparently was the impetus for the amendment to a level 5 person felony. Yet Mr. House suggests that those records haven't been turned over. Is that correct, Mr. House?
Your Honor, that's right. As to records from the state of California, we addressed that in our motion for continuance and pointed out that we hadn't received those records. That was one of the reasons we were asking for.
Hey, welcome, Biggin. How you doing? Thank you for the raid, man.
Those records from California to have. We had an expert in Tulsa who was going to look at those and give us his opinion on the records. But I've talked with Ms. Gillette about it. I know she's had trouble getting those, but we still don't have them, and I don't think she has them.
I have, but
okay.
Mr. Watts's medical records have been leaked to the public.
Okay. If he doesn't have them yet, how can he leak them?
They have had an MRI of
Actually, that was a question. That was literally a question I was asking myself just now. I was like, wait a minute, how could these records have leaked if he claims that he doesn't have them yet?
Beginning of this case, and the defendant has shared all of his discovery.
Hey, Mr. Walker, I don't need your head shaking. Just let your attorney speak for you.
These records have, the MRI has been leaked along with other stuff to online media personas. The defendant has encouraged them to go out and find the videos of the court that are on YouTube, such as today, where they made a public announcement wanting everyone to watch and make comments on it. The live stream for today, it is running rampant with death threats against everyone. But more importantly, they have leaked information about Deputy Watts's history past. These media personas are trying to go into detail about anything from former Deputy Watts's history of his medical care, trying to obtain it, talk about it. The MRI is being discussed on public YouTube streaming by these media personas that have been leaked by the defendant and his people that are working with him. They have been harassing, following the deputies. It's not appropriate. The leaking of his personal medical MRI to these individuals who are discussing it publicly live on YouTube videos to get likes and hate messages and stuff out there is not appropriate. That is protected healthcare information for Deputy Watts that are required to be turned over. The discussions of his herniated discs, his physical therapy, all of the stuff that would be contained in his protected healthcare information should not be being leaked out to these media personas who are discussing it in detail, even going back to his records in Arizona and discussing whether or not he had medical things in Arizona is being discussed, or where he has previously lived, trying to obtain his medical history based on the information that they have.
So, for somebody who is asking, all right, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Defendants and attorneys, when they're attorneys or defendants in court cases are covered under HIPAA's requirements. So they are part of that. They're required to take care that medical records aren't released. But once it's out in the public, it's out in the public. Like the random Joe Schmo who receives a leak, HIPAA can't really do anything against them once it's out. They can disseminate it where they want.
Have gotten off of the discovery that's already been given. The leaking of this discovery has been egregious by the defendant. He has allowed this deputy's medical records to go onto live streams. That's not appropriate to the victim in this matter. Whether the victim is a law enforcement officer or not is immaterial to his privacy of his medical records, except for within the jury trial where they may have to be introduced into evidence. But pre-trial leaking of his personal information, including the things that would contain his personal identifiers, is not okay. And at this point, what I have needs to be looked at under a sealed camera. If it has to be given to an expert, an order protecting that has to be done.
Or civil charges too.
I talked with Mr. House and told him that I would be filing this motion because of everything that's been going on and the harassment and the more recent posts that have been going on. This stuff has amped up in the last 2 weeks with live streaming in the courthouse, harassment.
Welcome, big and folks.
And trying to intimidate people, including the state. No, that is not okay. And Mr. Watts, former Deputy Watts, his healthcare information needs to be protected. If an expert wants to look at it, the expert could have it to look at under seal to not be disclosed further. But I do not believe this defendant needs to have it in his hands. And if Mr. House is given it, he should never disseminate it further to the defendant because of the actions of the defendant. He has created a new Facebook group within the last week and has been posting all kinds of slanderous stuff on there that is not true.
I mean, well, I feel like she shouldn't use the legal term slanders, but like incendiary, inflammatory language, that kind of thing. But I mean, encourage if the link to the court live stream is out to the public. I don't think there's nothing inherently wrong with him sharing that so other people can click and watch if the link is public. Obviously, but the death threats and all that crap, no, that's obviously inappropriate. Yeah. And yeah, no shit, the leaking of the deputy's medical records.
And there needs to be a seal on any further record disclosure of Deputy Watts or Amy Bliss's medical information before it's turned over, because this has gone rampant and is not appropriate.
All right, Mr. Let me stop you there. Some medical information regarding the injuries to one or more of these alleged victims has already been provided to the defense, correct?
Yes.
Including some MRI results on Eric Watts, correct? Okay. What is still coming from California, which is relevant?
The consultation with the neurospinal expert that Mr. Watts had to go to in California, the order for his physical therapy he is having to do for the ruptured disc.
What the heck happened in this case?
Information as to what the specialist out of California has said has to happen with former Deputy Watts from here into the future. So that information should be protected
All right.
for.
How long have you had it?
I got some of it a while back. I got some of it this last week because we had to end up actually having a second set of releases signed. Former Deputy Watts has signed several releases and sent them, requesting them. He's made several calls to California to try to get them. I finally had to also intervene and make requests from my offices with copies of the authorizations to get even more records. He's been willing to turn over anything in his possession from the beginning. And so that information has been available, but with the dissemination of his health care, the harassment he's been under, he doesn't feel safe releasing anything else to the defendant.
All right. So I trust that the records were released to Mr. House in documentary form, correct? On paper?
He has the MRI on paper. The report from the MRI on paper, the stuff that is out of California, he does not have yet.
Now, all right. I'm not talking about California. I'm talking about what Mr. House has already been provided.
Yes, it's been in paper.
All right. Mr. House, did you actually give that to your client?
Oh, no.
The only thing I've given to my client is a discovery that was provided to me by the county attorney. Videos of the incident that were taken, and I did give that to them to take it home and look at it. The reason that we're asking for these records.
Okay, wait a minute. One thing at a time.
No, he's asking you, did you actually give you basically just pretty much said it. You gave him all the discovery you had on him, which probably included the medical records. So I feel like the easiest way of doing this is holding his attorney to account and putting the onus on him that he cannot disseminate medical records to his client. I mean, the defense counsel can have them and ought to have them, but not with, and like, I don't think it should necessarily be with seal, but he should not be giving them to his client.
You gave your client. Did you give him some of this alleged victim's medical records?
No, I did not.
Then how did they get out into the public domain?
I have no idea, Judge.
They haven't. So you're telling me, Mr. House, as an officer of the court, that you did not provide copies of these materials when you received them to anyone else, including your own client?
I provided my clients the videos that were given to me, and I provided them copies of pleadings. And
I'm narrowly focusing on medical records. I don't care about pleadings. Okay. I don't care about videos right now. What I'm concerned about is some private, HIPAA-protected medical records for an alleged victim in this case, which in this court's opinion should never be turned over to a criminal defendant. Counsel's entitled to see them. Counsel's entitled to discuss those.
Exactly.
And even under certain circumstances would be enabled to share them, to let the client look at them, for example, in his office or conference room. Yeah. But as far as ever giving him copies, that shouldn't happen. And I think that's well established. And
that he could potentially face sanctions. Yeah. Like it's an RPC violation because the hook is on the attorney. When it comes to HIPAA, it's on it's the attorney or the defense counsel's responsibility, who's covered under HIPAA, and to take care that those records aren't disseminated publicly. So it's on his ass, not even necessarily on the defendants himself. It's on him. It's on him as counsel.
Quite frankly, Ms. Gillette would have been well within her rights to demand a protective order upon turning over those records, signed by counsel, that he will follow those rules. But Mr. House, you're giving me the impression that you never turned them over to Mr. Walker.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Which again makes me wonder, why are they in the public domain? Who did turn them over then?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Well, first of all, Mr. House, are you aware that these records are being discussed publicly on some sort of website or program?
Well, so somebody asked me, is this a grounds for disbarment? Probably not. Probably potentially suspension. Well, here's the thing: if he owns up to it, he's absolutely going to get probably a suspension. But if he gets caught that he's lying about it, that's going to get him in a lot more trouble. That's going to get in far more trouble because now he's lying under oath as an officer of the court.
Miss Gillette has informed me of the social media, so to speak, incidents recently, and I don't get involved in social media. I've told my clients that we're going to try our case in the court, not in the newspaper, not on social media, and I stand with that statement.
All right.
Okay.
Well, certainly, Mr. House, your track record with the court over a period of years speaks for itself. If you're telling this court that you did not turn these records over even to your client, then I'll take that at face value at this point, Mr. House.
Oh boy.
It still makes me wonder then from what other source could any other person outside this case access these records? I suppose it could be leaked by the county attorney's office. I would find that extraordinary, but I suppose that's a possibility. Or from the medical providers themselves, which also seems quite unlikely given their adherence to HIPAA standards. Sometimes even to ridiculous lengths, they follow HIPAA standards. All right, so, but Ms. Gillette, I need something more specific than a while back when you received these California records. Surely there's a date certain you can identify.
When Deputy Watts moved back to the area, they would have been available to me. He moved back in around April. He brought them in to me to copy, but he's been scared to bring them in to be copied. And so with his being scared of having them be copied and distributed further as to everything else going on, I asked him to go ahead and bring them in so that I could have them. And we did so. He had been writing to and calling the doctors in California for quite some time. So in the last several weeks, I've asked him to come in and re-sign releases with me so that I can see if I can obtain them by myself with his releases. I have copies of everything that was in his possession. The doctors in California have still not responded to my request or his requests, but I have everything that is in his possession. I would ask that if it's not that they have to come look at the records, like if they need or want an expert to look at them, that there is a non-dissemination order on anything further that is given out. Any MRI records that would be in the defendant's possession or his son's possession, because I understand that his son has also had the videos of this case. And Mr. House is the person who told me that. And all of these social media.
Look at, now look at his face. It's like, oh, wait a minute, you sold me out? He was like shaking his head, no. And he's like, Mr. House told me this. What? Yeah.
Have copies of all of these videos and have been running them on websites like crazy. That all of that has to be.
Go ahead.
All of that has to be protected and not disseminated. Any medical records in anyone's possession other than Mr. House should be destroyed. It should not be out there. It should not be further disseminated anywhere. The medical records, if I need to give them to Mr. House for his expert, should not be disseminated further than Mr. House or the expert. It needs to be under complete 100% seal. I would prefer they have to come look at them because of what's happened with all the leakage.
Cashier, thank you for the membership.
I mean, the videos are being edited. They're being still shot. They're being put on social media daily. All of the witness statements and the affidavits are on the website. The actual victim witness statements to
Can this result in a mistrial? Not necessarily, no. Because we're still in pre-trial. I mean, we're not even at a trial level. The difficulty is the only difficulty I can think of is impaneling a jury, because it's going to depend on how much of the jury has seen of all of this discovery that's been posted online. That's the biggest concern. But no, the leaks in and of themselves wouldn't necessarily result in a mistrial, because we're not even at trial yet.
Disorderly conduct of the personnel of the Elk County. And we're not talking about deputies. We're talking about office staff in the other offices that are employees of Elk County have been leaked and are on the public websites. The paper documentation that Mr. House gave his client of his case to look at have all been leaked on these public websites. The victims' names and information should not be out for trial. The copies of their statements in their handwriting should not be being posted on public websites. That shows how much of the paper documentation has been given out and not just the videos. Because they're public right now, and you can go live on YouTube. And if I have to log in my computer and scroll up on YouTube these sites for you to watch them, we can take time to do that. Or I can send the court the links so the court can click on the links and watch these videos that show.
I don't want to watch the videos. The only time that these videos are relevant in this court's view is when they're presented in court.
And the victim statements should not be being taken photos of or scanned.
And your position that those are protected documents comes from where?
Judge,
you filed these public charges identifying these people as potential victims in the case. So it's been a matter of public record ever since you filed charges in this case that they're victims in the case.
That are made public. The evidence is the evidence that is sealed until the time of trial. If the court looks at
the names of the victims is obviously going to be public. I think the issues that she's yes, the names of the victims are obviously going to be public. That's obvious. That's not here or there. The Ms. Gillette is arguing that everything of what they have, everything that they've said in their statements, as well as their contact information, or other personal information is being leaked. That's not okay.
At the state's motion, especially in State v. Alston, and that's where the state was leaking evidence, not a defendant. They wanted to sanction the state for leaking evidence, including statements and affidavits. And it is said
right. Obviously, if the victim's underage,
distributed prior to trial. What is in victim statements? What is in affidavits? What is in video is supposed to remain confidential until the time of trial. Public information that is gleaned by a reporter in a courtroom being there publicly may be talked about from a public hearing, but the statements, the affidavits, copies of those documents are not to be made public until after the trial is occurred. And they're not. They're being used rampantly. In State v. Huffman, the freedom of speech against the regulation, the court has to balance and weigh that. And I quote State v. Huffman. Further, I also quote the U.S. Supreme Court in Gannett Company versus DePascal, which is 433 U.S. 368, 1979, as to proceedings in the courtroom and who is allowed in and who's not allowed in, and how narrowly tailored things must be for rules on excluding people or things from the courtroom, or how to protect things. And in this case, those documents are supposed to remain as part of the sealed case until time of trial. The only thing that is public is what are public documents going back and forth in the court's public record. But the affidavit is actually sealed, and the victim statements are evidence, not public documents in the public record of the public court file that you can find on the Odyssey system, is what Kansas uses. Our eFlex filing public system is called Odyssey. What's in Odyssey is public. What's in the discovery is not. And the laws and the cases that I have cited in my motion.
So Ms. Gillette's basically, well, she's laying it out that there is absolutely no way that these particular documents could have gotten out, or she's drawing the inference that there's no way that these documents could have been leaked but for Mr. House giving all that to his client.
Are what shows that is not to be disclosed until after the trial.
Unless it's just a coincidence that allies of the defendant have some insider with the court and got access to these records themselves somehow.
If media wants to do some kind of story on it afterward, make a movie out of a case, those documents are sealed until the trial. And the fact that they're being posted out there has allowed these social and special interest groups to have copies.
I wouldn't say jury tampering. A lot of this sounds like witness intimidation.
Of this stuff, addresses of people that should have been redacted by the defense when they receive them, because we have to give the defense unredacted copies. The defendant should have redacted copies if any. And the problem that we're running into is all of this is being posted publicly on YouTube channels daily. And I've also filed a motion to issue a temporary, and I wanted it ex parte, but I want an injunction of protective order until the final hearing and trial to maintain the status quo. At this point, almost all the evidence is out there from Mr. Walker himself messing with his own jury trial, because him and his family have been talking to, interviewed by, giving information to two social media personas that are posting everything on a YouTube channel and live streaming from the courthouse and in the county. In fact, this week, Mr. Walker's wife was talking all about this case on a live stream, called my office. He's shaking his head yes that they did, and called my office saying they thought they were afraid of deputies because they've been down here making threats towards the deputies, and now they think they're afraid of them because they've made so many threats to harm them and me. 2 weeks ago, as of yesterday,
my God,
one of these social media followers called my office and asked if I was a Republican or Democrat, which my secretary said she didn't really know because she hadn't asked me, and that they wanted to break down my door, drag me out on the courthouse lawn, and string me up in a tree.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
That's disturbing. Extremely disturbing. And that's what they told my secretary. So I have had to hire extra security to follow me around. And on the court day, I have extra security that is going to follow me around to watch my back so I can concentrate on my job, because I've had 3 death threats in 2 weeks. And the sheriff is having to bring in extra security. So part of my motion is also for additional security for the trial, which the sheriff is already trying to get in.
That's been previously addressed by court administration.
For a limit of recording by press, especially the 2 entities, because it has to be very narrowly tailored, that these 2 entities that keep putting everything on and coming to the courthouse to live stream, that they cannot live stream the jury trial, they cannot broadcast it, and they not be allowed in because they seem to like to sneak stuff in, and that they not be allowed in the courtroom. Now,
that's going to be a lot tougher for the judge. Kind of single out individuals who can not come in. I mean, there may be precedent for it, but I feel like that's going to be a much more difficult sell.
If you read my full motion, I fully encourage the legal rule following press, especially our local press, that have never abused their privileges to record things, be allowed. I fully encourage the First Amendment for those who do it appropriately. But the two entities that are
Mr. Walker,
listed.
why do you have to keep acting up? I don't care what
Right.
your opinions are along the way. If I want to know your opinion on something, Mr. Walker, I will ask you specifically. I don't need you to give me indications by the shaking of your head as to whether you approve or disapprove of what's being said. So stop it.
The two.
All right. We're just jumping so far out ahead that let me address the first issue in this case. Mr. House, I will enter an order at this time precluding either the state or the defense from publicly disseminating any of the case materials in this case that are not a matter of public record already. And that would include any affidavits, witness statements, or any other materials that were gathered in discovery that are not part of a public filing that's already in a public court file. Whether you've actually been guilty of disseminating that in the past or not, I'm putting an order precluding it at this time. That same order applies to Mr. Walker. There is nothing to be gained by public dissemination of these materials. It very well may interfere with the ability of one or both parties to have a fair trial. Therefore, the records, and I realize that the cat may be out of the bag already, but from this point forward, this court will enter a specific order barring both sides from publicly disseminating these records without a prior written court order from this court. Any questions about that, Mr. House?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Gillette, any questions?
Not about that.
Furthermore, this court has no intention of allowing any recording in the courtroom, whether it be by video, tape recording, cell phone, or any other manner. There is going to be an official record taken in the case. The court reporter obviously will have the ability to record and or take down any testimony in the particular case, but I will entrust that solely to court staff. I'm not going to pick and choose among people in the press about who can record and who can't. If this has been an issue in this case, the court's going to put a stop to it, and the court's not going to allow any recording. It is a public trial, and people will be allowed to attend and watch the trial proceedings. They may not always be allowed in the courtroom itself. If not, we will provide an appropriate closed circuit television or some other ability for them to watch. But there will be no recording of any of the trial proceedings in the case. That should address Ms. Gillette's concern in that regard. Furthermore, this court is, at least at first glance, disturbed about the state's reticence to turn over necessary discovery materials. One of the critical issues in the case that they intend to prosecute in regards to this matter is the alleged injury suffered by one officer in this case. In fact, they allege very serious injuries in the case. In the second amended information in this case, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, the allegation is physical contact was causing great bodily harm or disfigurement. Therefore, the medical condition of the victim is relevant. And the medical condition of the victim and the medical testimony or evidence that supports the state's claim that there was either great bodily harm or disfigurement. And I don't know, at some point you're going to have to elect whether.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, notwithstanding her concerns, the medical records are a key piece of evidence. So she has to give them to the defense. That's obvious. She can't prevent them or substantially limit their access to a key piece of evidence.
He was disfigured or great bodily harm or some combination of the two. But the reality is, either way, there's going to need to be medical testimony in support of it. It appears that the state has had possession of these materials, knowing that they're relevant to a material issue, and has refused to turn them over to the defense. Now, I do understand Ms. Gillette's well-founded concerns. It seems to me, though, Ms. Gillette, that why didn't you just ask Mr. House, an experienced and actually quite reasonable lawyer, to sign off on a protective order addressing all of your concerns before you hand him the materials? Is there a reason why you didn't do that?
Normally it's ordered by the court.
Well, I would have likely signed off on the order that was agreed upon by counsel in the case. It would be an extraordinary situation that I wouldn't. Or you could have scheduled a motion with this court and we could have had a hearing on it. But I am disturbed about the fact that the state's sitting on important medical records, which is very material to the most serious charge pending in this case, and they haven't turned them over to the defense so that the defense can adequately prepare for this trial. Now, Mr. House at this point believes that the breach is so egregious of the prosecutor's duties that he believes it should lead to dismissal. Am I right, Mr. House?
That's what I've alleged. Now, I indicated in my motion, I've had a good working relationship with the county attorney over the years and will continue to have one. But I alleged in my motion, and she told me that she was having trouble getting these records. And I believe that. But we don't have them. We have preliminary hearing testimony that involves the alleged victim having a back problem before this ever happened. And so
his attorney's trying to argue like, hey, she still hasn't given us the records, the medical records, as she's required to, especially at this point of the trial. Ms. Gillette saying, hey, like it just so happens that these medical records and other pieces of key evidence are getting leaked when they're not supposed to be. So they've been at like a standstill. But the judge says that he understands where Ms. Gillette's coming from, in that, you know, he's also very much concerned about these medical records and other pieces of evidence getting leaked. But he also says that Ms. Gillette should have asked for a protective order from the outset, which apparently Ms. Gillette didn't do.
That's why we need to have an expert look at those.
Though she claims that the court usually orders that as a matter of course.
It's obvious for this court to make a determination today, here, literally on the eve of trial, or very, very close to our trial date, that the defense would be materially compromised if these medical records were not turned over to the defense in adequate time for them to get their own expert opinion. Do you dispute that, Ms. Gillette?
If they need an expert to look at them, then they will need time.
I also would agree with the prosecutor in this case that these records, once turned over, are to be turned over solely to Mr. House. Mr. House would be authorized to turn those over to a retained expert for purposes of examination of those records in order for them to make an expert determination regarding the injuries allegedly suffered by this officer. These records are not to be turned over to Mr. Walker. The defense position is protected through the attorney. You may discuss the content of those records with your client privately. Those discussions are not to be disseminated to others because, quite frankly, I don't know why anyone else would need to hear it. And I think that there just needs to be very strict protocols followed in your office, Mr. House, to make sure that there's no linkage, as Ms. Gillette calls it, of these records to anyone else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Be turned over. Any questions about any of that, Mr. House?
No, Your Honor. I assume that the expert is a doctor in Tulsa, and I can mail those records to him, but I'll do it with the understanding that he can't share them with anyone.
That's correct. I think they would know that as a matter of course, but my order does also apply to any expert or expert agency to which these records are sent. But they are not to disseminate those to anyone else without specific authorization from this court. And I think they would know that because of their own HIPAA standards that they have to follow. But if an order is drafted from today, that it should cover the doctor or the expert agency as well. All right. The title of your motion, Ms. Gillette, ran on for about 6 sentences and covers a number of different matters. Motion for protective order, which this court has essentially granted. Non-dissemination order, which I presume is part of the protective order. Seal certain documents. What documents need to be sealed? Sealing documents to this court is involved in records of the court. So what do we need to seal in the records of the court?
Your Honor, I submitted the exhibits of some of the things that have been being said and done that are necessary for extra security. They contain initials or last names of specific dispatchers that have been harassed in the phone logs. There are pictures of the websites of the two entities that are, and frankly, I don't want to say their names on the record because I don't want to give any more credence to their names. But if you want to know who they are, I will tell you.
Okay, just a minute. We're talking about sealing court records. So have you already filed these in the court?
Yes, they're filed right now, sealed, and you can make the decision to leave them sealed or unsealed.
I'm going to leave them sealed.
Okay.
I have
And
no intention of currently unsealing any of those documents that involve these private matters.
when the medical records come into evidence during the jury trial, I would ask that the evidence in the jury trial with all medical records be made sealed so that they are not public. And if there are any requests of public for exhibits, those are sealed. They're for the jury, they're for the judge, they're for the parties. They're not for media personas to go out and make money off of.
Court is inclined to agree. Any objection to that request, Mr. House?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very well. You can include that in the order, Ms. Gillette. Temporary ex parte injunction protective order to maintain status quo. Have we covered your concerns there, Ms. Gillette?
That was that the further dissemination of any affidavits, anything like that must be destroyed. Anything that's already out there should be removed. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. Yeah, that ship has sailed.
All the online personas that are using the documents that are already leaked. Any further leaking? The status quo is the way it is as of today. No further information about the evidence in this case. The videos in this case should be leaked by the defendant as he's been leaking, because it messes with the jury trial and the ability to have a fair and impartial jury. And that is for both sides of the aisle, the defense and the state. His leaking, their commentary, it going rampant and viral, it needs to stop. And so I would ask for no further dissemination of anything in this case. The defendant.
Well, I have control over your office, Mr. House's office, and the defendant, Mr. Walker. How does my jurisdiction and authority go further than that for things that are already let out?
Yeah, I would ask that he cease. He has now started a new Facebook page, him and his wife, to try to disseminate things. You can clearly see he's posting as Bob Walker on that site over and over and over again, along with his wife. They're continuing to try to disseminate information about the case, make statements about the officers, make statements about witnesses. They've already slandered me with untruthful things on it, which opens them up to a slander suit, which is a separate civil suit that I may seek, especially since it's an election year. But that needs to stop. The further slander, pulling up stuff on the officers, disseminating stuff from the case, talking about the case on all these online things, he himself is doing it. He can shake his head no earlier all he wanted to, but he himself is doing it, making the post and encouraging his wife to. So it needs to stop. To keep the status quo right now with all the leakage that's already happened.
She's effectively asking for a gag order.
It needs to stop so that we can have a fair and impartial jury. Otherwise, I don't know how we're going to get a fair jury.
Mr. House, your response?
I technically don't object to any of that. As I said, I've always wanted to try my case in court, not out on the street or in the newspaper. I don't do social media, so, but I understand it's a problem.
Well, the court is going to enter an order precluding all parties in this case, which I think was contemplated earlier, from disseminating any further information about this case until the case has been tried and completed. I agree that there's the potential interference with being able to get an impartial jury if people are trying to try their case in social media or making comments regarding various participants in the case while this case is pending. So, in essence, this is a gag order on Mr. Walker, Mr. House, and Ms. Gillette in her office from further disseminating any material or information regarding this case, with the exception of scheduling information. And speaking of that issue, there is also a motion before the court to continue this trial, which I hate to do. I would like this case reach a conclusion and be over with. But in light of the late or certainly belated turnover of the medical records, which I think reach a critical issue in this case by the state, and failing to provide that to the defense in a timely fashion, I think it's patently unrealistic to expect that the defense can be prepared for trial by next Tuesday. I will say, Mr. House, you apparently have been diligent in identifying your expert. You know where these records are eventually going to go, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a BIDS appointed lawyer?
Yes.
Have you sought approval from BIDS for this expert?
I've not had contact with him yet.
Okay, you've identified him. All right. Well, you're going to have to act on that promptly with BIDS.
Because he's the doctor for Mrs. Walker. She has a back problem. She goes to a specialist in Tulsa, and he indicated he would be willing to look at medical reports and give his opinion.
All right. Tuesday, November the 5th, Mr. House. And I'm going to probably insist that counsel move whatever conflicts they have during these periods so that this trial can be accommodated. Tuesday, November 5 would be your start date. And I can set aside up to 4 days for this trial.
Yes, that's no problem with that. I have nothing on my calendar that far out.
We will conduct a formal pretrial conference again the week before. Well, I'm looking at 10 o'clock a.m. for pretrial conference in this case. Wednesday, October the 30th.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Gillette, I don't know what might come up. I'm going to be liberal on scheduling on that pretrial, go far beyond what I normally do. I may just set aside a couple of hours if necessary, in case there's any pretrial motions that need has arisen between now and then. I can address them. So Wednesday, October 30th, currently set from 10 to noon. Counsel, we don't have to take that long.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Some agreed upon disposition of this case, Mr.
I think this is fair, though. Relatively.
I made an offer. The defendants refused it.
All right.
It's been an offer on the table for a long time.
All right, then I see that as a big no. Mr. House, I did want to give you an opportunity to be heard on that issue. Were you going to say something about the possibilities of settlement here?
It hasn't worked to this point. We just haven't been able to arrive at a settlement. So I think we're probably looking at having a jury trial.
All right.
But if things change, I will let Ms. Gillette know, and we'll proceed accordingly.
All right. Mr. Walker, I do want to give you one.
Ellen, thank you for the 8 months.
If you would have been in custody, and I see you're out on bond, and hopefully we will not have any issues regarding bond or your behavior on bond. If you were in custody, we wouldn't be setting it out as far as we are. But I don't think you're going to be materially compromised being a member of the community free on bond if we have to set it out as far as we've scheduled. So again, Mr. House, I don't want to have to move it again. So the sooner we can act on these medical issues. Ms. Gillette, at what point can Mr. House count on him having access to the medical records which are in your possession, what we've called the California records?
The records can be scanned in and emailed to him if we need to. I can put them in a file where he has access to them. Or if Mr. House is going to be anywhere near Elk County, we can do a paper copy for him.
I would prefer a paper set that Mr. House personally picks up from your office.
We can make a copy of them in my office, and he can pick them up anytime after today. My secretary's there right now. In fact, she's on here. So
will you be making a trip to the courthouse next week, Mr. House?
I'll be able to get up there one way or the other next week.
Okay. I appreciate that commitment, counsel. The sooner we get the records turned over to you, the sooner you're in a position to refer them to your own medical expert.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Gillette, I will ask you to draft an order documenting the various rulings that are made here today, since primarily these were your requests.
Judge, one other request. No third-party contact. When it says no contact with victims, that should include third parties. These online personas that are acting and getting information from the defendant and his family, they have been coming down, live streaming from the courthouse or within the county, trying to call and record phone conversations with my office, the sheriff's office, calling the.
Oh, this is a gaggle of auditors. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was obvious from the start, but they're just going buck wild.
In the Elk County Courthouse, they are victims of the disorderly conduct. Let me make that clear. The victims of the disorderly conduct is not Deputy Bliss. The victims are all the offices in the Elk County Courthouse that expressed concern over the defendant's behavior and did not want the courthouse doors opened. Them recording in their offices, sticking phones in their faces and asking them questions, calling them Nazis, Nazi baby killers, the B word, the C word, repeatedly calling their offices over and over again till we have to hang up on them 4 and 5 times. Even when
call flooding
clerks heard how extreme he was, and calling their office repeatedly would not be appropriate. These personas are working on his behalf and in his contact. They are intimidating the witnesses, in which I am looking at charges for intimidation of a witness for.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is witness intimidation straight up.
Time it needs to stop.
Court will certainly issue an order precluding Mr. Walker or any member of his immediate family from soliciting third parties for purposes of harassment or intimidation of witnesses in the manner in which the prosecutor describes. In other words, Mr. Walker, you're not to have third parties do what you can't do.
Ooh.
No.
As far as restricting persons' behavior at the Elk County Courthouse, the Elk County Courthouse, by and large, is under the control of the commission and the individual department heads as to what their policies might be regarding access by the public or recording in their offices. That's not a matter for the court unless it involves specific district court areas.
Judge?
Yes, Mr. House.
As to the motion I filed, I'm assuming, since you've ordered that we continue the trial so that I and my client, or that I and the expert can review the medical records.
I'm denying your motion to dismiss that count for failure to provide those records. There's another remedy that the court has fashioned here that will ensure your client a fair trial on that count. So at this time, I'll deny your motion.
All right.
And obviously, the state has acquiesced in regards to your other motion regarding amendment of count 3. And I think those were essentially the matters that your motion addressed.
There was a motion to dismiss, which we can take up at the next pretrial, based on the fact that my client was not brought before a magistrate for 6 days.
Have you filed a written motion?
Yes.
And that's
procedural error.
Judge
magistrate court or the district
Judge Lee decided to not rule on it and let the judge who was going to try the case rule on it.
There's a motion.
Nice. She called it out. It was like calling, passing the buck to him. Now I'm gonna have to talk to that magistrate after this.
23. A response by the state was filed August 15th of 23.
All right.
And we don't need to take it up today, but I would.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to the attention of the court.
All right.
All right. Very well then. Anything else, Mr. House?
No, Your Honor.
Or Ms. Gillette?
No, if you want to schedule a motions hearing for that, we could pick a date today. I would prefer it be in person, Your Honor. That was part of also my motion, was to have all future hearings in person at the courthouse.
I'll have to check my schedule and get back with counsel then.
Okay.
Actually, I may be in a position to be able to issue a written ruling
I think she wants to have that do that to avoid having a live stream link posted
on the motion that Mr. House previously filed.
Your Honor, and I don't object to that procedure. You've got the state's position, you've got our position. I'm sure you're
fairly straightforward issue. All right, and I do appreciate the state filing a formal response in the case. I'm sure that there is an explanation that is contemplated therein. If I do decide to have a hearing on it, counsel, I'll take under advisement the request that it be done in person. That very well may be desirable. Counsel, either one of you, anything further we need to address on this case at this time?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then if there's nothing further, the Robert L. Walker Jr. matter stands continued until the November trial date established today, and the proceedings will be in recess at this period.
So that was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm like you guys, and I'm disappointed that this Walker character did not get more than just a talking to and a couple of orders against him.
So I'm not going to get into.
Wait, hold on. No, not doing that. But I also think that there's only so much that the judge could do because could he have concluded ultimately that he did it? Yes, but he has to take he doesn't have to, but he's taking the defense attorney at face value. And I'm sure they've had a fairly good reputation with each other. So I think that's why the judge didn't go as hard on the defendant as we would probably expect. But I imagine that if and when more leaks occur, the judge is probably not going to be so cordial, like giving the benefit of the doubt. And I completely understand the prosecutor's position too. I understand why, because this is obviously frauder tactics, call flooding, having their cronies going to the courthouse and intimidating them by live streaming and their while there, calling them names. Disseminating everything online. I understand absolutely where the prosecutor's coming from. The thing is, I think the judge is trying to say, like, you should have had the protective order in place before, and also if you had these reservations, you should have. I don't know if there was time, but for her to not just simply not provide the other medical records up to the, I guess what was the 11th hour. The judge wasn't exactly pleased with that, but ultimately he gave the prosecutor most if not all of what she wanted, along with moving the trial date so that the defense attorney can have more time to look at the medical records that he's obviously eventually going to get. As far as who the auditor is, I have no idea. They also didn't say what the two YouTube channels. Or I don't even know if they're YouTube channels, but assuming they are, what the YouTube channels that are disseminating this information, they didn't give the names, which I think is fair, because if you give them the names, then people are gonna go look them up, and it's going to do nothing but give them notoriety. But I also understand the curiosity too. Okay. What? Winston. Oh God, my eek. What do you want? So greedy. Greedy. All right. I think that's an all right place to stop. 2 hours 15. I think that's good. So for us to close it down. But I want to appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of y'all for all the recommended videos. Although I gotta do something about my Discord. I don't know whose idea it was to create a second channel to post videos for me to look at and possibly live stream. I don't remember who did that. I don't know why they did that, because there was already a channel dedicated for people to post videos for me to look at. So, yeah, I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, thank you guys. Much appreciated. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay cool. Drink water. And take care of yourselves. And you guys have a good rest of your night, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.